Hi everybody, thanks for your attention. I think I got the best vendor slot of the day just post Sandwich Fest. I probably won't keep you the full 10 minutes because I'm here in my role really as the program leader for MSc in Information and Library Management. But primarily I want to focus on the CPD opportunities that the program offers you. I'm well aware that the vast majority of you are professionally qualified librarians, but I am going to outline the program itself because I'm aware that some of you are in positions of management and in a position that subordinates might go on training programs, because the good news is that the money is flowing again for library assistants to try and upskill and do professional qualification. So I want to outline that our program is a viable program for that scenario, because we have a part-time option where someone can work full-time during the day and then do their masters in the evening. So as I said, my role is program leader. I'm also the research librarian, DBS, and I also lecture on the program, so I'm juggling lots of balls. You know, I've been in DBS over 14 years. I know the college well, I know the library well, but I just want to highlight for those of you who might be aware of our institution why they should choose it. We're going over 40 years now. Last year was our 40th year anniversary, so we're well established in the Irish third level sector. We are the biggest independent college in Ireland with over 9,000 students. We do consider ourselves student focused. I know that sounds like a cliche, but the idea being that students choose DBS a lot of the time because it's the smaller class sizes facilitate that student focused direction that we take. And I've noticed even in our own program, you know, we have a student currently who's doing the part-time MSc over 4 years as opposed to 2, because that's what suits her better. So we have that flexibility, and we want to offer a student-centred experience. We're in the city centre, that's important. You know, you have to bring the mountain to Mohammed sometimes. We're 3 buildings based in Georgia Street, up the road in Ainger Street, and Ball Street beside Westbury. We are well regarded within Irish business as a business school, because that's our foundations go back to being an accountancy and business college, and we have won awards 2 years in succession as best business school in Ireland. Ourselves as a library team, which I'm a proud member, we won, and the library and the library programme are very much 2 sides of the same coin. My colleague who can't be here today, Marie O'Neill, and my boss, takes on a mentoring role within the programme. She doesn't lecture, she guest lectures the odd time about library leadership. She's passionate about that, but she does take on a mentoring role for students within the programme, and it's very dear to her. Our own library won Best Library Team in the inaugural Irish Education Awards last year, and as well as that, our Student Experience Team won the same award in their respective department. The programme itself, the MSc programme, it's 9 modules covering both theory and applied. It's well established. We are 10 years running next year, so it's not something that just popped up last night. I think a lot of you would be aware now that the programme is out there, and we're going into our 3rd validation now, which I unfortunately am leading. We went on to the Irish framework 4 years ago. We were initially on the HETAC and UK framework, and we've moved on to the Irish framework. So now we're fully validated by QQI and accredited by the Library Association here. That means it's an internationally recognised award. It is an MSc, and sometimes students ask what's the difference between an MLIS and an MSc, and primarily it's that the MSc is more applied, and students can expect it to be more technical in its nature owing to that. Class sizes are smaller, and again that appeals to lots of students. Currently we have 3 cohorts, so 1 full-time cohort and 2 part-time groups. One's in 1st year, one's in 2nd year, and in total it's about 30 students. It's a respectable number, but we don't expect it to ever be 100. We think that there is a ceiling within the pool of people in Ireland who want to enter librarianship. So I could see it probably not going much higher than that. We are undergoing review, and that gives us the opportunity to make changes. We can't make changes by ourselves. It has to go through a process. So I'm leading that process, as I said, and I've used that as an opportunity to introduce and review all of the modules on the programs. We've brought in a lot of industry speakers. I'll highlight some of them in a couple of slides, but coming from within our profession to fill in the niches and to give insight into niche aspects of librarianship. I know Anna Sullivan I've seen in the audience here. I think she's going to be lecturing on the management module in a couple of weeks. Kate Kelly, Maria Rogers. So lots of people who, when you see the names, you'll recognise them. They do come in. Jane Burns there has spoken the module I lecture on, or sorry, should I say the professional development module. Lots of people who you would know come in to speak. And lots of the faculty are practicing librarians. They're working during the day, they're making time out of their schedule to come in and lecture within their own profession. And it is an honour to lecture in your own profession. There's only so many of us that get that opportunity. So in relation to delivery, this always comes up as a concern for people. Can I fit it into my life? So the part-time delivery, it's over the full part-time is over 2 academic years, 2 semesters per year, 12 weeks each. Over 2 evenings per week and 3 classes per week, Tuesdays and Thursdays primarily. Full-time, 1 academic year, 2 semesters, 3 days per week, 6 classes per week. There is a guide that I have out in the front desk, goes through these slides and goes into the modules in more detail. This is the module program that we're hoping to launch this semester. The new modules there are the ones with the asterisk that are going through review. And the open librarianship is a new departure for us. It'll be a module covering both open source and open access, delivered by David Hughes, my colleague, and Alex Cooker. So those are the modules on the programme. The research methods module is the one module that's not available for CPD. So 9 modules in total, minus 1 answers your question to the quiz. There's our faculty. As you can see, lots of names there you might recognise from within industry. The faculty that are DBS faculty are more so the IT faculty, because at the end of the day, IT and modern librarianship, there's a huge relationship between the two. The module I lecture on there is the teaching librarian module. So you can see lots of well-known faces, and this is the dream team that I'm hoping gets through, and I assume it will get through that process, and that's who's going to be lecturing on the programme from this September. The CPD opportunities, all qualified librarians. You can do it either day or evening, whatever suits you. Most modules except the research methods. And what you get on the end, you get a certificate of completion from ourselves, DBS, the CPD certificate from the LAI, and a confirmation of credits earned from QQI, just to say you either earned 5 or 10 credits depending on the module. All modules are assessed to ensure learning outcomes are met. It's at a level 9, so they're not easy courses. I'm not saying they are. They're tough, they're challenging, but they're extremely good value for money. In the pack it lists the prices per course, very competitively priced, and because we're on the LAI, we're validated by the LAI, we had to go through mapping all of our modules to the PKSB framework, and owing to that, each course on the programme is mapped to the PKSB. There's an example of the guest lecturers who've come in over the years, some well-known people within our profession. And there's a nice testimonial from a student who did the information architecture module for CPD purposes. She was working full-time and she had to build a website, and she decided to do that particular module. So there is, depending on your, the work requirements that you need to do, if you need to run an IL program, but you never did that module when you did your master's, you can actually sign up and do, and I'll be your lecturer. So, hi. If you need more information, my own address, I have cards out in the front you can take, but as well as that, you can take this booklet. It goes into each module in more detail and what the module aims are. I didn't have the time to go into that, and I didn't want to put you to sleep. Marie O'Neill, again, passionate champion of the programme. If you have any queries, you can either approach myself or Marie, and we'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you have. Thanks for your time, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the day.